Hello, welcome to the February edition of the Bristol Pokemon Academy newsletter. As always, my name is Sean, and with me is Eddie. How are you doing, Eddie? You good?
Yeah, I'm actually really good, thanks. Very tired.
Yep, same here. We're absolutely knackered. We've just done 2 days of events for the Bristol Pokemon Academy, including quizzes. We've done a few streams, just hanging out in the Discord all day, loads of raids. We're knackered. We're absolutely knackered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's now just a case of kind of taking in all the information and just sleeping for like a day or two or three,
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No,
pretty much.
because there's so much that's happened, so much that's been announced, and we've just had just talked so much for so long about Pokemon that has been our lives for the past few days, and it's about to be for the next hour. So, I don't know where to start. Should we start with the video games, or should we start with like the 25th anniversary? There's just so much to sort of unpack that's happened over the past few days.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind if I'm honest. I mean, I guess we could do things kind of as chronologically as possible with regards to what happened when, I guess. We
Might
could
be
just go
able to,
from,
yeah. If we start with video games
yeah,
and sort of just go
yeah,
with things that have been announced before. So we've got like all the general news. We've got all the raids that have happened, all the different events in game. Then we'll save everything for what's happened in the past 2 or 3 days.
yeah.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan. We've definitely planned this out.
So much planning.
Yeah, right?
So much planning. Yeah,
So, first of all, so in terms of Pokemon Sword and Shield, earlier in the month there was a Cramorant event that tied in with the movie between the 4th and the 8th of February. If a million people defeated it, all players would receive a gold bottle cap, 3 bottle caps, 3 pearl strings, a flame orb, a toxic orb, and a light ball. After that, there was also a Milcery event between the 11th and the 14th, and that one didn't give you anything for doing the event, but you could just catch loads of Milcery. And of course, with Milcery, that's the Pokemon you need to evolve into Alcremie. There's like, I think, 26 forms or so. So I've just caught loads of them in the hopes that eventually I'll be able to get all of the different forms of Alcremie. Did you catch any of them at all?
I think I got literally about four or something. If I'm honest, I've not been hugely overly interested in that particular Pokemon, but I feel like I'm going to get to the point where I regret that and
Yeah, fair. I've caught
want all
about like
forms.
20 or so from that because I know I want to
Right.
try and get at some point I'm gonna get all forms
Yeah.
because I wanted, like, I'm a bit of a completionist when it comes to the decks. I've got a
Yeah.
living decks. I want to try and get all the forms, and then I realised just how much extra work there is to get every form as well.
Yeah.
But one
Exactly.
day.
One. Yeah, and I mean that's the thing though. It'll just take time. It's one of those Pokemon that does require more work than others.
Yeah.
But yeah, with so many forms, yeah, I'm gonna definitely regret not getting more.
Yeah, absolutely. So currently going on right now between the 26th and the 28th. In that same way, you can get Gigantamax Pikachu. I was lucky enough to get a shiny about a few hours before recording this. Have you had any luck yet?
No, of course not.
No. Oh, right. As soon as we finish this, we're gonna do some more.
Yeah,
Like, I've
I want to
always
get
wanted.
more.
I've never had a shiny Pikachu until now. Not even on community days for Pokemon Go. None found in the wild at all. This is my first shiny Pikachu, and I'm so happy I used a Master Ball for it. And all like three of our
I'm
Pokemon got knocked out in the raid as well. So it felt like it wasn't going to happen, and it finally did. And I just made it feel so much better.
Yeah, I think when you get to that point, especially if kind of everything seems to have been going against you,
Yeah.
you just chuck the Master Ball.
Oh,
Like that's
exactly.
what I did with when I managed to get a Gengar. I was just like, I'm not taking the risk.
Yeah, I
Just
had someone come in with their own Pikachu, and then someone else had a Luxray, and then the third person had a low level but shiny Roly-Coly. So
right.
nothing was doing any super effective moves against Pikachu. Roly-Coly got hit by a steel move that like knocked it out twice. So I really felt like we weren't going to get it done, but we eventually did. I'm like, I've got to use a Master Ball because I don't know when this is going to happen next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's also a event going on where you can get a Pikachu with Sing from the 25th of this month on. I don't know when that ends, but if you have a look on the official Pokemon Twitter page, they've posted a link for, I can't remember words exactly, but you can get a Pikachu that knows Sing.
Yeah, it was. I did know it. It was a somewhat ironically, really easy code to remember as
It was a
well.
really
But
basic one, but I can't
yeah,
like Pika
it
music or
took up. I
Poke
think.
music or some P music.
Yeah.
I can't even remember, but yeah, it'll be online somewhere. Also, there's a shiny Toxtricity event happening in France, Germany, and the US. That's been happening from the 19th on, but we've had no news of it happening in the UK. So whether that eventually gets distributed or anything like that at all, maybe eventually once lockdown restrictions get lifted, we might get it eventually, but it's just one of those odd sort of on the off chance, like, oh, there's just a shiny Toxicity event for some reason.
I mean, with a bit of luck, we will see it. A lot of the time, you will see events, as you know, you'll see events kind of hit in different countries and not
Yeah.
always making their way here. Sometimes, unique to certain areas. But yeah, I'm hopeful. We'll see.
Yeah, me too. I really want one. They look really cool. So yeah, what's happened in terms of Pokemon Go then, AD?
In terms of Pokemon Go in general.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, right, yeah. So we had the community day for Roselia.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember when that was, if I'm honest. I know that
It was
we've
the
got Fletchling next.
I believe it was either the first or second Sunday of the month.
Yeah, it seems like a very long time ago now.
It
But that's
really
just
does.
that's like lockdown, isn't it? Really? Just in
Exactly. Time is just a construct. It could have happened
Yeah.
last week, but it was the beginning of the month. Right now we're at the end,
Time-
but who knows?
Time is just a power construct. What a dreadful joke. Yeah.
Time is
so
too
on
OP.
March- Oh, it is. It is. It gets us all. So yeah, the next one that we've got is Fletchling on March the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I don't know too much about that one. I don't know whether there's going to be unique moves.
Yeah.
Which would benefit a transfer over to Sword and Shield. But realistically, I'm sure there's going to be something. We've also got the Lunar New Year event. Now, that was, of course, February 9th to the 14th. The theme was red. There were chances of Shiny Gyarados. Research events with Taurus, which, of course, normally is a region-specific spawn.
Yeah.
Lucky trades were more common. Lucky friends were more common. Trade distance was up to 40 kilometers, which is pretty
Pretty good.
large.
Yeah.
Large. Yeah, sorry.
Especially like with lockdown and everything, that really benefited, and they kind of kept that.
For sure.
I think they may have removed that now, but that was on for most of the month.
Right. I mean, something kind of linked that I was, I suppose, quite surprised to learn about. And again, it could be down to my overall, I suppose, lack of time spent playing Go in general, more so than others. I didn't know that you could invite people who were very large distances away into raids that you're in. So
Of
my
course,
parents, yeah, so like my parents live down in Torquay, and my dad plays Pokemon Go.
Oh, cool! I
And
didn't know that. Awesome.
it's crazy. Yeah. He got into it. He's slightly hooked in a positive way. It gets him out and about walking and stuff. So but yeah. So now, like every now and then, when there's a raid going on, I'll give him a quick message. I'll be like, "Are you free?" And then it'll then go to, "Do you have a remote raid pass?" And yeah, it's really nice. Because obviously, friends, family, any sort of loved ones that you may be, a distance from, you've got that little bit of, additional connection,
Yeah,
which
for sure,
is
yeah.
quite nice.
Yeah, because the best thing about Pokemon Go was you interacting with people and doing those things in person. So having it that you can actually do those still, but like distanced away from other people, especially since people have gone home to families, like they might be staying there until lockdown's lifted. Just having something so you can still use Pokemon Go as a social game while having to be apart from people is really good.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I mean, it's a game that you could argue the community was going to suffer a bit when when this happened, when the global situation happened. But Niantic and Pokemon Company have worked around that in in very, I suppose, what's the best way of wording it? They've done it very well. They've
Yeah.
implemented a nice few changes which have benefited the community and helped make things tick along as best as they can, I guess.
Mhm.
Speaking of which, we also, of course, had the Team Rocket Go event, which was
Mhm.
February 2nd until the 7th. So Team Go Rocket Grunts were using Swinub, Nosepass, Aron, Sveal, Lilip, Anorith, and more. Just giving
Yeah, they
you,
just added like a whole pool of new Pokemon that could be Shadow and also
yeah,
what's Purified, I think it's called.
yep,
So it just adds even more things to collect.
yeah, exactly. It gave you a way to catch a few Pokemon that maybe you hadn't caught before, some new ones, some that you hadn't seen before,
Mhm.
which is nice. I managed to get an Aerodactyl.
Oh,
One of
awesome!
my
Nice.
Yeah, like one of my research tasks from a very long time ago was catch an Aerodactyl.
Oh,
And
perfect then. Yeah.
yeah, I was until literally a month or so ago. Well, yeah, beginning of the month. It was one of the rocket leads. I can't remember which it was. It was
Mhm.
the big muscular dude, if I remember correctly. And I beat him, and I got the chance to catch and purify the Aerodactyl. And I was like, oh, I can finally do that research task from like 2 years ago. Excellent. So that was nice. From the 14th to the 18th, it was, of course, the Valentine's Day event as well. There were
Mhm.
exclusive avatar items and Pokemon appearing for the first time in Go as well, like Muna and Mushana were in there,
Mhm.
which was nice. And of course, the big one,
Yeah.
the big one, we had the Pokemon Go Kanto event. So
Yeah.
that's still just about ongoing at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think today might be the last day that there's like some other chances to finish some of the things you might not have done in the event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you had red and green tickets essentially. So you had to buy a ticket, choose your version, either red or green, respectively. Um, Again, there were a few things like trade distance increased and special research and stuff. So the special research, spoilers inbound, of course, for the whole event. So say that now. The special research during would essentially culminate in an encounter with a shiny Ditto, which was it's pretty cool, obviously.
Mhm.
Um, Following completion of that research, you'll then unlock a new kind of research, and it's the first one that they've introduced in Pokemon Go as a game, known as Masterwork research. So, kind of like ongoing research that requires a lot of tasks, most of which require you to do some pretty crazy things,
Yeah.
essentially culminating in another very big reward, but in itself being quite a slog to get through, which is fair enough considering what you get.
Mhm.
So, again, spoilers. So the research contains a line task that includes getting a Kanto Platinum medal. So that's essentially for catching every Pokemon in the Kanto Dex, or
Yeah.
151.
Mhm.
Catching 30 Pokemon of each type, spinning 151 unique Pokestops, reaching level 40, walking 150 kilometers, and quite a bit more in there as well. Uh, it ends with an encounter and a shiny Mew. So pretty cool, and I would say worth it. I've got no issue with the amount of stuff that you have to do. I think that it's fair, and I think that it gives you something to work towards.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, it makes it feel more
Yeah,
of an achievement rather than just giving you a shiny Mew. You're actually working towards it, saying
exactly.
when you got that shiny Mew, it actually feels like it matters rather than just oh,
Yeah,
I paid for an event and I got this Mew. It's all good. Yeah.
exactly. And that's one of the kind of counter arguments I've seen online, and I respect everyone's opinions. Mine personally is that you paid for the ticket for the event. You had a lot of hopefully had a lot of fun doing it, and you now get access to this research task, which requires you put in more effort. Which is it's Pokemon Go. It's always been about that. It's always been about walking. It's always been about catching, evolving Pokemon in general. But yes, of course, it culminates with a reward. Um, like I say, I've got no issue with it, but that research, obviously, considering the sheer amount of work that you have to put into, that doesn't have a timer on it. So that will just keep ticking on, as with any of the research tasks from outside of this Kanto celebration event. So all your old ones, for Celebi, for Jirachi, etc. Like with those, it just keeps ticking on. So you've got no necessity to kind of hurry up with it. So there's also regional Pokemon such as Farfetch, Tauros, Kangaskhan, Mr. Mime. which were in raids, along with Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and Mewtwo. Um, certain Pokemon were only available in limited time special research tasks as well. And of course, that has been changed to spawn in the wild.
Yeah,
with regards to
there was
some
a
of
bit
those.
of backlash when they announced that. And within hours of them announcing that, they kind of went back and they're like, "Oh, we understand people aren't going to be able to complete some of these because it means going out of the house and all that stuff." So they made it that they spawn in the wild as well, which is really good, I thought.
Yeah, exactly. And it's always going to be difficult for a game slash service like Pokemon Go because the devs are trying to cater to everybody, and
Yeah,
not
yeah.
every region in every country are all in the same boat right now. Different places have different restrictions in place, again, in their regions and countries. Some places are completely free to just walk around right now, like New Zealand, they're good, they're free.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
very jealous.
right, yeah. Like, unfortunately, we've got a worse situation over in the UK, and there are still lots of cases, and there's harsher lockdown restrictions in place, hopefully for the benefit of everybody, to
Hmm.
help get us through as quickly as possible. And as such, we, I suppose, again, dependent on region, would suffer a bit from something like this. But I think, I don't know about you. I was okay with it. As in, I was able to get I think all of it. I think I got all of it done
I got
now
I got all
as
of
of
it
today.
done apart from evolving all the Pokemon because I was like, oh,
Oh yeah,
I've got so many candy of all of them. I don't need them. I was having a look earlier today because I'm like, oh, there's only a little bit of time left on there. I need to evolve a few more Pokemon because I'd made it so far through the list. I'm like, I need like 50 drowsy candy because I just wasted all trying to evolve Pokemon for XP. And I hit a few of those, and I realized I'm not going to be able to complete that one. But I managed to complete every single level one besides that, um, especially on the day. It was so fun, like um, each hour being a specific slot for Pokemon. So they would be themed, and you'd try and catch as much Pokemon within that hour of that theme, and then you'd move on to the next one. And
yeah,
I remember that we had that. You woke up a little bit late and missed the first round of Pallet Town, but it was
yeah. I
worth
did.
really. I loved the way it was structured, that it would repeat. So like you were able to do Pallet Town later in the day, and it was
Right.
like
Yeah.
another chance to get those. I just used that as another chance to get shinies and also have a bit of time away from looking at my phone because I walked all around my local area for a few hours trying to do everything.
Yeah. It was really nice the way it was
Yeah.
structured. Yeah. I woke up at, I think, just gone 10,
I think
and
yeah, because yeah, it was 9 until 10 was Pallet Town, and it
yeah.
had just gone on to Pewter City as I got a message from you being like, oh no,
Yeah, yeah. I was like, ah!
yeah,
And at that point, I didn't realize that it ticked over and continued again later on in the day for the
yeah,
second hour of each. And when you told me that, I was like, whew. But then I was like, I just wanted to get up.
yeah,
I wanted to get up, get showered, go out. Um, and it was just a case of, I must have ended up being in bed for like, I think, probably 2 or 3 hours just trying to get everything, because I
yeah, yeah,
didn't want to kind of spend the 20 minutes or so that it would take to hurriedly get ready to go outside.
yeah.
I was like, oh, but then I realized really late, because we're really lucky, we're pretty much next to a Pokestop.
Oh, I'm so
Somehow
jealous.
I just didn't click, and I didn't think, oh, we could have just, gotten up, gotten ready, and walked to the Pokestop, and we probably would have been okay.
Yeah,
There was no need to just kind of frantically try and catch everything so quickly. But yeah, it was done really well. You had Pallet Town, Pewter City, Cerulean City, Fuchsia City, Pokemon League, each having two hour-long sections, and of course you had 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. with Pokemon from all previous hours appearing as well. And again, you had the raids kind of circling, cycling rather, with
yeah.
all of the previously mentioned Pokemon, the legendary birds, Mewtwo, etc.
Plus, like the regional
Um,
Pokemon as well, which I found was really good.
right,
So, like
yeah,
Farfetch and Taurus, which, other than Taurus in the event earlier in the month, there's only been like a few. I think the previous times you could get regional Pokemon were just in eggs, which were a real pain.
yes,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Um,
Yeah,
like I was lucky enough to get a shiny Farfetch'd, which is like gold dust now because that's a regional
yeah,
Pokemon, and it's a shiny version of it too. So
well,
I'm
lucky.
holding on to that for dear life.
Yeah, did you get how many slash did you get many shinies during the event?
I think the final count was about 12. I got
Right.
3 Vulpix. I traded my Execute for an Oddish from my friend Luca, and then I managed to catch another Execute. I got the Farfetch'd. I got just. It got to the point where I lost track. First one I got in the day was Squirtle, and I was really happy with that because he's got a green shell. But I think overall I had about 12 shiny. That including Ditto, of course. What about you? Did you catch
Yeah.
many shiny Pokemon?
Yeah, I didn't I didn't get that many, but I can tell exactly which ones I did get because I know the little chunks I got.
Oh, in
That's the
that
thing.
case, I'll have a quick look as well, and we can sort of
Yeah,
compare.
we'll compare our spoils.
Yep.
But up to and including today, I want to guess 9 or 10, maybe.
Okay. I sort of later in the day I sort of went off it a little bit. But I was still like looking every now and then. But since I'd caught, I think I rushed it. I feel like I rushed it because I just wanted to make sure I caught all of the Pokemon for each section, and I forgot that it would run in like later in the week as well. Let's have a quick look. So
It's organised by date, don't I? That's the best.
yeah, if
way
you
of
do
doing it.
most recent and just type shiny, it'll bring your whole list. So I've got Squirtle, Sandshrew, Vulpix, Farfetch, Geodude, Oddish, Meowth, Bellsprout, Ninetales, Ditto, Vulpix, Execute.
What? Okay. I got. Oh wow, no, I didn't get that many. So I got a lot of. I got plenty of Sneasel, Weavile, and Roselia. I got a few Roselia, but from the event, the start of the event, I got a Hitmonlee, I got the Ditto, Ekans, Oddish, Ponyta, Machop, and today was the Articuno. So
Oh yeah, you got an Articuno
7.
today. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, that's going to be going over to Sword and Shield, I think.
Yeah, sounds good.
Its stats
Make
aren't
sure-
great, so
Make sure to bring it over to Let's Go to save having to do the transport.
yeah, I don't know if I can be bothered.
Oh really? But you got like so many other
Yeah.
Pokemon you could transfer. Like you said, you got Sneasel and
Yeah.
Weavile and Roselia.
I've done a few of those already. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I've still got quite a few to transport. I've got like I had
Yeah.
about 14 Turtwigs from the
What, shiny?
shiny from that community day. There were like certain community days where I've just got way too many Pokemon from that one day where like that was back when you used to go around Castle Park and just be able to catch loads of Pokemon there.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't had any shinies until that Hitmonlee, and that was already about halfway through the day. That was like the first day, and then I
I
just
think that was around the
caught like
Fuchsia City. I think had the Hitmonlee,
Yeah.
Hitmonchan. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. And I'd been a bit bummed because Lucy had got a few at that point already. She'd had quite a few, I think like 4 or 5, and I hadn't had anything. And just on the way back home, Hitmonlee, I'll check it. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, and then from that point on, because we were just going back to charge and stuff to charge our phones and
Yeah.
get battery packs, and yeah, then I had what did we say it was 7? So the Articuno today. So yeah, I just the other 5 just came so quickly. I was like, oh, there we go then. That's
Yeah.
my pull. So that was quite nice. And yeah, as an event, like I say, on the whole, it was quite nice.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah.
What else have we got? So the raid day at the end of Feb to end the season of celebration.
So yeah, that was so they
More
continued Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, and Mewtwo
course.
for the rest of this
Yeah.
week. The one Pokemon I needed to catch in terms of just catching Pokemon was Zapdos that I couldn't do on the day. Frantically went around my local area trying to do all the different raids that were there. There were some random people also there, keeping distance and everything, but giving each other looks where a few minutes before after the raid ended, I beat the gym and put my blue on, and they had a yellow team. But no, later on, so last month during the spotlight hours, they had Ekans, Miltank, Lovedisk, and Pikachu. And for this month, they've announced that it's going to be Krabby. So this is the one that's on Tuesdays when they do. Each week there's a spotlight hour at 6 p.m. local time, So for this month, each Tuesday, it's going to be Krabby, Drowsy, Voltorb, Surskit, and Slugma.
Are you looking forward to any of those personally?
I might try and catch some Krabby because I've got one Krabby shiny already, and I like. I'm trying to get whenever I get a shiny, I want to try and get a live index of like each step of the evolution. So I got like
Right.
Ninetales, and now that I've got 3 Vulpix, I'm gonna transport a Vulpix and a Ninetales over to my Pokemon home. So then I've
Right.
got like a sort of complete dex of like all the evolutions. So I'm going to at least try and get one shiny Krabby then, just so I can transfer them over and have that little complete set. Um, I, oh, probably Voltorb as well. Blue ball.
Of course.
Yeah, I want
Blue
that.
ball.
I want shiny Voltorb. What about
I
you? Are you probably gonna do any of those?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna take part in all of them. The
Mhm.
only, I suppose, two I'm really kind of fussed about, I suppose. Mainly Krabby,
Yeah.
because I love Krabby.
Oh, me
I like
too.
Kingler. But of course I can transfer him over and then just give him Gigantamax Soup
Oh, of
and
course. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
fix the stats and get yourself a really nice Kingler ready for
Yeah.
competitive, or if you can realistically use Kingler competitively. But I mean, you've got that then,
Yeah. Yeah.
and Slugma actually, because I don't know why he's just got a place in my heart.
No, I get that.
So
That's fair.
yeah,
He was usually the one I used just to try and hatch Pokemon a little bit faster.
yeah, right.
Yeah. So having
Flame
like a
body
shiny
is all
one
good.
of those at the front of your party, if you still do, that still works in Sword and Shield, right?
Yes,
Ah,
yeah,
Flame Body, isn't it?
it is flame body. I'm using personally. I use a Chandelure at the moment, but it's a bit of a weird one because when I started breeding, I realized, okay, I'm going to need one, and it just happened to be in my PC. And I now feel kind of bad because it's only like level 68 or something silly with flame body.
Right.
And I've seen a shiny one since then, and I kind of want to now get a shiny one, and just to have just with flame body,
Yeah, of course.
um, just literally for hatching eggs. But
Yeah, fair.
why not? Eh? If you can,
Yeah.
do it.
Okay, we've also got some of the announcements. So, as well as all those happening in March, so they're going to be bringing Landorus, Tornadus, and Thunderous. The I've forgotten the name of the form.
Therian or the
Therian.
incarnate.
Is
Yeah,
that yeah? So
there's
they're bringing the flying ones basically. The ones that look
so
like birds.
right, because there's the genie forms essentially, which are
Yeah.
they're the incarnate forms, if I remember correctly, and then yeah,
Ah,
you've
yeah,
got the
and then
Therian.
Therian are the next ones. Yeah. So yeah, they're finally
Yeah,
bringing the Therian forms, which I remember they were introduced in the there was the Pokey. It was like Dream, not Dream Radar. That was
Dream
something else.
Radar.
Was it Dream Radar? Because I remember
It
Dream
was
Radar
Dream
being a
Radar. Yeah.
different thing. I thought it was a website.
So
Yeah, there was the whole thing on
Dream.
3DS where you like had a look
Yeah,
around, and that was the only way you could get those before.
that's right. Yeah, and then afterwards it was a mirror. It was something mirror. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
It was, yeah. There was essentially an item which you could use on them to transform them.
Oh, I didn't know you could
Uh,
transform them. That's handy.
yeah, you could freely switch between the forms. Someone watching is probably like, "That's what it was called. It was
Yeah.
the ruin mirror." And I'm just like, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Dream Radar was when they were first introduced, and yeah, you had some really cool features in Dream Radar because yeah, it used the augmented reality feature with the 3DS,
Hmm.
and you could get, if I remember correctly, everything was caught in Dream Balls back then, which are pretty cool Pokeballs. But they had the Dream World abilities,
Oh,
which were like the
right.
hidden abilities back then. So a lot of them are obviously very beneficial
Hmm.
um, for certain move sets and competitive battling and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was like the final stage of the research tasks and stuff that you had to do in that game with the professor. I'm pretty sure the final kind of reward essentially was the Therian forms
Right,
of
right. I see.
the
Yeah.
three.
Cool. Yeah. They've also announced a new test of bonus hours from on Thursdays now. So on the 4th, they're going to have Go Rocket Hour. So there's going to be more rocket balloons spawning. On the 11th, there's going to be Mega Bonus Hour. So there's going to be more candy when you fight Pokemon that have a Mega Evolution. And then there's going to be a Mega Raid Hour on the 18th, where Mega Raids are more common. So this will be on the Thursdays. So Tuesday, you've got your Spotlight Hours. Wednesday, you've got more raids. And then Thursday, you're going to have these bonus ones as well. So that's just something cool to have a bit of structure. Like, oh, Tuesday at 6 p.m. I'm doing this. Wednesday, 6 p.m. I'm doing that. Thursday, 6 p.m. I'm doing this. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, for sure. And again, it's nice to see Niantic supporting just the community in general with all of these random little events.
Yeah, for sure.
And some of them are quite random.
Yeah, like there's a few others here we got listed. There's like 3 different things they're going to be doing throughout all of March.
Yeah. And so March 9th running through March 14th, the Searching for Legends event. That one's going to focus on searching for a legendary Pokemon and offers the chance of getting a shiny nose pass.
Mm-hmm.
March 16th through the 22nd, that's going to be the Charge Up event. And that event is going to feature the introduction of some electric type Pokemon to Pokemon Go. So that's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Then, of course, March 24th through to March 29th, that's going to be the Weather Week event. And that'll run to celebrate the Therian form specifically being added to Pokemon Go. That'll feature weather-themed Pokemon that will be spawning, as well as some new avatar items as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll be capping it off with an Incense Day focused on Psychic and Steel types. Now this one, I'll talk about it in a minute, but I'm looking forward to this one.
Me too.
This one will focus on Psychic Steels, which will run until March 14th. And yeah, that'll be a focus on Psychic Steels, including, of course, Beldum. And I haven't done my research for Jirachi.
Oh, perfect. So Psychic and Steel, that works out so well for you. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's just been, because I went through quite a phase of not really playing much Pokemon Go, I'd just kind of go on it every now and then and be like, oh, okay, an egg's hatched. Let's put another one in. And just spinning random stops and stuff, not really actually doing anything with the research tasks. Now I'm kind of back into it properly and focusing on the research tasks. Again, seeing the Aerodactyl one really old, like from years ago, I think. Seeing it and thinking, oh god, how am I ever going to catch an Aerodactyl?
Yeah. Sometimes they're themed to a specific event.
Right.
But if you aren't doing that after the event, you're kind of in a weird spot where you have to just hope that you find an Aerodactyl or you do something later on, or wait a few years and then something becomes relevant again.
And that's the thing. I got very lucky with the with the event we've just had. Because I want to say 15. I think it was either 15 or 16 Abra.
Right.
Yeah. So catch. I think it was a total of 30 Abra. And I'm just like, where? and then of course, we've just had the event, and I was just going between stops with Lucy and just really hoping that I would run into enough Abra.
That's the most anxious one as well, because they can teleport.
Yeah.
They had a community day for that, and I remember just being like, oh, what if I see a shiny and it just fails and it runs away?
Yeah.
That must be the most horrible feeling.
Yeah. Again, I got lucky and I managed to just do the event. I didn't get a shiny Abra, obviously, but
right.
I think I have one from the community day, and somehow I didn't manage to finish off the research.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that was great for me. So that was very nice to be able to finish that, and I think this will, for people like me who maybe haven't done the Psychic Steel Jirachi research, I think this will allow you to kind of finish off maybe a couple of the tasks that focused on Psychic Steel.
Yeah, of course.
Because I think one of them is catch, I want to say 30 Psychic or Steel types.
So the research... So the next one, with the Kanto-related research task, after you've completed this one, the second one is 30 of each type?
Oh, no, I meant for the Jirachi event specifically.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. That was, I think it was 30 Psychic and 30 Steel.
Yeah, so for anyone who's kind of suffering on that one still,
Yeah.
like, Muppet over here.
Yeah.
Or indeed, like you said, for the next stage of
Yeah.
that Mew research, it'll be a great opportunity to rack up your psychic and steel type catches. Yeah, that's another good point as well. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Sorry, I was
try and
just
get it.
thinking of that because I was thinking like, oh, that's going to be really helpful for because I only
Yeah.
need to send maybe 30 more gifts and then I've completed the first task.
Yeah,
Because I've done
that's
all
a
the
good point,
great
actually.
throws. I've already got all 151 Pokemon.
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat as you actually. So, I've sent 59 gifts.
Oh yeah, I went on a walk now just so I could get more gifts, just so I could
Yeah,
send them, and then I can go on a walk tomorrow and get some more as well. But yeah,
good
so
shout.
in terms of other games as well, Pokemon Unite, that the MOBA game is going to have a beta at the start of March in Canada. Canada's the only place they've announced it for. I don't know whether it's just going to be a closed beta for Canada and then they'll eventually bring more and more countries in. But are you interested in Unite at all?
You know what? I want to say yes because I saw the I saw the footage, if I remember correctly, when if it's the game I think it is, where you have like a party. Sounds crazy, sounds silly. A party of Pokemon, of course, um, but like all battling kind of almost at the same time, if I remember correctly, on the screen or something.
No, so it's kind of
Can't
like
remember.
League of Legends and Dota, where it's like lane based.
Right. What am I thinking of?
I don't know
You
what
know
you're
what?
thinking of.
You know what? I'm at a computer right now. Why don't I just
Have a quick look. While you do that,
do a
I'll also
quick
say,
Google?
so with Pokemon Unite, they've got the beta coming out. Also the developer, Umbrella, who did Pokemon Rumble, Pokemon Channel, and Hey You Pikachu, has been acquired by Creatures Inc. So
Mm.
it may be that eventually we see a few more random, nice themed spin-off games related to Pokemon. It seems that they've enjoyed what they've done since, gosh, that was like what year was Hey You Pikachu? Like 2000, 2001?
Hey, you Pikachu.
Yeah. You're gonna have a quick look see.
I think it was 2001.
Yeah, it was one or the other.
There's not enough light in here.
No.
Uh, I mean, this isn't going well, is it? Oh, 2000.
Oh, what's 2000?
It
Ah,
was
okay. Well,
2000. Yeah.
so for 21 years, they've been working on Pokemon games, and
Yeah.
they've finally been acquired by Creatures Inc. That's pretty cool. Ah, good
It's
on
also a
them.
bit crazy though, because that it's taken. I suppose that it's taken that long, but at the same time, we can't really, I suppose, judge the reasons behind studio merges or lack thereof.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would agree though. I think it's good, as long as they're happy as
Hmm.
well. Then that's the main thing. It Unite is the game I thought it was. I'm not quite sure. I think I was just kind of remembering slightly incorrectly, but
Oh, I
because
think
I've
there
not
may be
played
like
any
parts
games
of the
like this.
trailer where you just see them sort of like attacking each other.
Yeah, exactly. To your question though, I am looking forward to it. I I spoke to someone recently about it, and they kind of likened it to another game which I hadn't heard of, and I was just like, well, like on one hand, apparently it's kind of the equivalent of a mobile game. On the other hand,
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, no,
Of
me
course
too.
I'm going to give
Yeah.
it a go. I thought when I first saw it, I thought it looked like something different and something entertaining. And even if it's based on a framework
Hmm.
from another game, if that's a successful framework with Pokemon properly slapped onto it,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy with that. As long as it does the job, as long as it's fun, I don't mind. You know, like look at Pokken Tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was them doing something different, but still keeping in the Pokemon theme and really good.
Yeah, exactly. So I've got absolutely zero problems.
Nah,
I'll give it a go. I'll see what I think.
that's fair.
I
I'm
can't
not a
say
huge
further
fan
than
of
that.
MOBAs. I'm probably not going to play that
Okay.
much of it at all. I'm not a competitive person, but I'll at least give it a try because it's Pokemon. If they slap Pokemon on it, I'm going to be interested.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's to be um, not necessarily believed, But if it's accurate that it's going to be a mobile game framework or something,
Hmm.
then I think it's fair to assume that it's either going to be free or it's not going to cost much, with
Yeah.
then in-game purchases and such.
Ah, yeah, of course.
So
That's probably the framework they're gonna have.
yeah, and again, that's something I'm okay with to a degree,
Yeah.
as long as it doesn't get to the point with any game where I feel kind of too pressured to spend money just to progress. But
Yeah.
again, like you've said, I'm not really familiar too much with MOBAs, so
Yeah, of course.
I can't really, I couldn't tell you what the gameplay is like much.
Yeah.
So I don't know,
Yeah,
but
fair.
yeah, we'll see.
Right, I'm quickly gonna go through the anime news and TCG news, just because we're gonna try and wrap things up with the 25th anniversary stuff, and we've got some more events we're gonna be doing. We've got a few more quizzes planned. So in terms of the anime, it's been announced for the US they're going to be doing more of the dub on March 5th. So if you've got new US Netflix, you'll be able to watch those episodes. They've also been putting episodes on Pokemon TV online. Their theme in the lead up to them bringing the anime back onto Netflix, they're random episodes of Ash seeing friends that he had seen in previous episodes. So seeing Todd again in Johto, seeing May and Sinnoh, all these sort of like crossover ones where it's like someone from previous generation in the current, leading up to. So the first episode that's going to air is one where Ash meets all of his Alola friends again, and it's just a really
Right.
pleasant episode. Um, so
Nice.
I was in the last one that we did of these. I was saying sort of like what's happening in each episode for Pokemon Journeys, but I'm gonna leave that because so much good stuff happens in that that I don't want to sort of hint at what might happen in the future. And I know that you're not up to date with it, but I'm just gonna say just keep watching it because it's brilliant.
Yeah,
It's the
I
best the
will.
anime has been in a long time.
I'm getting closer actually, because I just started season 3 of the Sun and Moon series, and I'm pretty sure 3 is the last of
Hmm.
the Sun and Moon
Yeah,
uh, series. So yeah, I'm closer. I'm
yeah,
getting there.
good. I can't wait for you to get it because Journeys is absolutely incredible.
You're building it up. I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm actually
it,
excited.
it is the most excited I've been by the anime for a very long time. They've changed it up enough that it's fresh, but still Pokemon, like proper Pokemon. It goes back kind of to its roots of a little bit of slapstick and weird nonsensical stuff that they do. They're not just sticking to the same formula of, oh, we've gone from Gym A to Gym B, now we're going from Gym B to Gym C. It's all over the place and it's fantastic. But yeah, so in terms of the TCG, Pokemon actually released a statement about the current state of the TCG, because it's been so hard to try and get any packs anywhere. So Champions Path, Shining Fates, Vivid Voltage, there's loads of different sets. Mostly the ones with holographic Charizards in have been so difficult to get hold of. Let me find the quick quote here. But so they've also announced. So they released Shining Fates coming out this month. They are not available anywhere. The second that they went
Excellent.
on pre-order, I remember half an hour after they even announced the sets that were coming in the UK, Smiths, Chaos Cards, every other website I tried just completely sold out anything relating to Shining Fates. So the statement they released said, we're aware that some of you are experiencing difficulties purchasing certain Pokemon trading card game products due to very high demand and global shipping constraints impacting availability. We understand this inconvenience can be disappointing for fans, and we are working to address it where it is within our control. In situations like this, there are limited availability, and we actively work to print more of the impacted TCG products as quickly as possible and at maximum capacity to support the increased demand. Reprinted products are expected to be available at retailers as soon as possible. For new TCG expansions launching in the future, we are maximizing production to increase product availability upon release, and we will continue to reprint the products to replenish stock at retailers as soon as possible. Yeah, it's been absolutely crazy the past few months. It's like since I think maybe Hidden Fates, I think was like the point where holographic Charizard became popular again, and then things have just gone absolutely crazy.
Yeah, and like I mentioned on the last podcast that we did, it's one of those subjects that if I allow myself to talk too much about it, I'll just get stressed out again,
Yeah,
because
no,
it's
I
just
know what you mean.
I just it's such a shame, um, that essentially scalpers
Yeah.
are ruining things for people. But look, Nintendo are doing what they can. Um, well, Pokemon Company, or whoever respectively, are doing what they can,
Yeah.
and releasing more of the cards into circulation is the only way that they're going to be able to help the vast majority of people who just want to collect and enjoy the card game. If the value of certain cards goes down because of that, and that upsets you, maybe you're not in it for the right reasons
No,
in that
absolutely.
sense. Because, and I don't want to upset anyone really, but at the same time, there's loads of things that you can kind of, buy and sell on for more money to kind of make a profit off people.
Yeah.
But Pokemon cards, at their core, let's be honest, they're for, kids, for teenagers, and for long-term Pokemon fans of this franchise
Yeah.
who want to enjoy themselves. Don't pick on those people in that sense. That's kind of, I see that as a bit harsh, really.
Mm.
Those people are just doing this. It's not like you're buying a car, sprucing it up a bit or whatever, and selling it on for more money. You're not flipping cars. You're not flipping houses. You're flipping cards in a card game. And I'm sorry, but do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. No, I couldn't have put it better
just,
myself. That's exactly how I feel as well. People
it's
are
just harsh.
trying to capitalize on something because it's becoming popular again,
Yeah.
and it's sort of ruining the hobby for a lot of people. Similar to what's happening in America with the Happy Meal toys.
Yep.
The fact that you can get booster packs and stuff, so people are buying like entire boxes and stuff. Ridiculous. I want to enjoy the hobby. Like, I enjoy collecting things, but it's obvious that there are people who are going in there just for the money. I've seen loads on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay, of people selling Elite Trainer boxes and cards for ridiculous amounts of money, just because they're in it for a profit rather than in it for being a fan or collecting something or a passion of themselves. They're in it for money, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's also a difference between people kind of buying them as and opening them and stuff and keeping them as future investments,
Yeah.
and people scalping. Because like we both respectively worked with someone in a previous job who actually on more than one occasion I think would buy boxes of boosters, but
Mm.
not to sell on. He'd buy them to open them. He'd buy them to enjoy the hobby.
Yeah.
And if in like a few years' time or whatever he decides to sell some of his collection and makes a lot of money, I'm not gonna hate him
No, exactly.
because
It's someone who's
he's
really
he's
involved in that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, and he hasn't. I don't personally believe he at any point would have done it specifically to make money, but even then, he's not really taking away from the community in the sense that I
Yeah.
know that person still actively trades,
No,
battles, enjoys
exactly.
the,
Yeah.
the game. It's very different to do something like that and collect the cards than to do this, which is literally taking from the suppliers
Hmm.
and away from the community to then sell back to it for a lot of money. It's
Yeah.
just, yeah, I see it as wrong. But that's my opinion on it,
Yeah.
and it's as simple as that. But yeah, I'm happy with that news.
Yeah. Excellent. So now on to the big news. The 25th
Oh.
anniversary of Pokemon. So they have announced so much stuff. Should we start with the merchandise, or should we start on like the
Yeah,
big boy announcements, or should we end
nah,
on a big high?
let's start with the. I can't even. I can't even. Let's finish with the games because the
Sure.
games. I think we can probably chat for too long about the
Oh my
games.
god,
So
absolutely.
yeah, let's blitz through the merch. Let's
Mhm.
chat a bit about the music, and then let's just games.
Sure. Do you want to take the lead?
Sure, why not? So Pokemon cards. We don't even need to talk about that.
Yep. McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
We might get them in the UK at some point.
Fingers
At this point,
crossed.
yeah. I've heard a mixture of information.
Nah, me too.
Do, yeah,
From multiple different people saying multiple different things. Someone thought they were going to
right.
be in there the other day. So some people are saying May. At this point, it could be any day.
Yeah, exactly. And like as far as we go in the BPA, we will post information when we know it,
Yeah.
and we will anything that we say is a fact, we will post a source with it as well. And
Yeah, absolutely.
obviously,
Yeah. We're not just
we
going to be
like
like, oh, my mate's friends with someone who runs
right,
McDonald's. Oh, my uncle works at region manager or anything
yeah,
like that. Yeah. No, we'll have like legitimate source or something, or a press
yeah.
release just to say this is actually a thing that's happening. This is legitimate news rather than just someone told me it might be happening here.
Yeah, exactly, and
Yeah.
that's the problem, isn't it? Because there's a lot of false or kind of conflicting reports going around, and
Yeah.
at this point, I don't think anyone really knows for sure, apart from internally with
Yeah, exactly.
McDonald's,
And they would be under an
when.
NDA. They wouldn't be able to say anything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll let you know when we know.
Yep.
The Baby G watches. I'm gonna let you talk about those very briefly because I actually need to go press a button right now. So that
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah,
oh,
do what you
actually,
need to do.
hang on. That hasn't really affected the light in my room that much.
Nah, not really.
The TV just turned itself off, so that's fine. I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was going to have a major impact on the amount of light. That's fine.
Right.
But yeah, go with the Baby G watches anyway, because you've seen these a bit more than I have.
Yeah, there's not much to say really apart from they're just really nice looking watches. They've got like a black wristband with Pikachu tails, as far as I'm aware. They've already sold out, as have most of the other stuff in the 25th anniversary. There's also Build-A-Bear Mew, which I really, really want. I pick and choose
Yeah.
which ones from Build-A-Bear I get. Mew is one of the ones I really, really want.
Yeah, same. I think like you, I've been pretty selective
Yeah.
with my Build-A-Bears, just because like I got Bulbasaur because I love Bulbasaur, one of my favorite Pokemon, my first Pokemon, period. Back in the day on Red. I've got Eevee and I've got Pikachu, and I think that's it.
Nice. I got Snorlax.
So-
I've been looking to get Pikachu. Just because Pikachu was my favorite, my first on Pokemon Yellow, and it is one of my favorites still to date. And I do really want to get the Mew.
It looks adorable.
It's very sweet, yeah.
Yeah. Levi's.
Yep. Lots of Levi's.
Yeah, I feel like there might be conflicting feelings on these. I don't know. I quite like some of it.
Personally,
I've
I'm
managed so far.
Yeah, personally, I'm
Go
not
on.
a huge fan.
Right.
It's just kind of the stuff I normally wear. I wear more darker clothes, so
Yeah.
I'm in a just black t-shirt and black jeans right now. Like, I don't really wear that much color, and all of these were quite like white and yellows, and they've got like the light blue jeans, and yeah, not my kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I love the style, and I know that people are gonna really enjoy them, which is really cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of, I suppose, similar in that regard. Like I saw some of the Levi stuff and I did like some of it. But at the same time, it was a bit of an internal conflict for me, and that's what essentially stopped me from buying it or any of the stuff. So like the jeans and the denim jacket, I was thinking, maybe,
Yeah.
but didn't. And I'm kind of glad I didn't because of stuff that is yet to be talked about. The Oppo suits. Are you okay to talk about them? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
know too much about them.
It's basically a suit covered in Pokemon. That's all
I
that needs
might
to be
have
said,
seen
really.
Right,
It looks like
okay.
the most sort of, I can't think of a word to describe it. Garish, like it's a suit covered in Pokemon.
Really kind of extravagant.
It's a suit covered in Pokemon. That's all. Like
Brilliant. What more do you want?
exactly.
Like,
yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. It's very busy. It looks very. It's not a suit you would wear to a wedding or a funeral. It's not subtle in the slightest.
why not? Like, why on earth would you not? Yeah, I'm kidding, obviously.
Yeah.
Is it the one? Because I think I've seen a few different things. So is this the one that's kind of really bright and multicolored, sheerly, simply because it's got a lot of different Pokemon all over
Yeah,
it?
and that's the one.
Completely multicolored because of
So
that.
it's got
Okay.
Pikachu, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle, and they're just
Right.
dotted everywhere on it. And then there's also
Brilliant.
a matching tie and trousers with that as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, that's the one I thought it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, that's
Ones
mad.
that matter more though, Original Stitch have started bringing in more shirts. So they had like a few special ones for the movies. So they have like a shiny Celebi design. They've got a Cramorant. They got Scovit, and they've got Zarude. They've also brought out some of the Hoenn Pokemon. So they've got 34 for now, and then they're going to have like different releases during the year. So I think spring they'll bring in a few more, summer, and then in autumn. I'm waiting on those, but I've been so tempted to get one of those shirts.
Right.
Yeah, there's a Porygon one
Well,
that I really like.
is there because I saw that they were there, but I didn't have a good look. I looked at a couple, but I didn't see anything I wanted. Is there Latios, Latias, or Deoxys at this
Not
point?
yet, but they are going to
Right.
be later in the year.
Okay. Yeah. There's a few that would potentially sway me.
Yeah.
And of course, dependent on, I suppose, design
Mm-hmm.
and how it looks. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They've also got a really cute Pikachu sort of doing a sploot. So he's kind of like a thing where they got their arms like sort of laid out like in front of them, laying down. For the
Hmm.
Pokemon Cafe, but of course that's only in
Right.
Japan. Can't really do much about that. But then yeah, Zavi released a whole bunch of merch yesterday during the day.
Sean, I think we need to talk about Zavi right now.
We really do need to talk about
We
Zavi.
do.
We Eddie and I were on it. Luckily,
be.
so they posted the times of what time the merch was going to come out at different points in the day. So it was like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Me and Eddie are going to have matching trainers.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait. As soon as we're able
good.
to meet in person, we're going to be
Yeah.
twinsies.
Yeah. I was initially there was like a knee-jerk reaction from me when as soon as I saw that there were 25th anniversary trainers from Zavi, my knee-jerk reaction was, "Oh, more trainers from Zavi, really?"
Yeah.
Because about I want to say surely it can't have been November, but then again the months are just blending into one another. I don't know.
Yeah.
They very recently, for anyone that doesn't know, they very recently released some white, predominantly white and black, I think, trainers with Pikachu on at Zavi, and they were limited edition. They sold out very quickly, and I was super happy to be able to get a pair of those. So as soon as I saw that these were coming out, I was kind of, no pun intended, kicking myself
Mm-hmm.
because I'm happy with the trainers I've got, but I saw these and they're really cool, so I had to jump on them. And yeah, as mentioned, Sean and I were very lucky. We both managed to get our sizes, and they're really nice. They're really nice design. They're kind of black with Pikachu on there as well. Very,
Yeah.
um, very kind of sleek, I would
They're
say.
sleek. Yeah. No, that's exactly
Kind
why
of
I got
sleek.
them as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get the hoodie as well?
I would in the box
So
thing.
yeah, there was a
Yes.
pullover, a makeup bag, socks, and a baseball cap.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna be fully matching.
It's one of these
Now we've both
days.
got to get those Levi's jeans, and then we'll be
Yeah.
twins.
No. No. No, Sean. Too much money.
It's too much. It's
The
too
wallet
much.
can't take it all.
No.
And I think there's maybe one more thing we need to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Has to be talked about.
Yep.
Should we talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
I think we will. So midnight, last night into today, technically,
Mm-hmm.
there was of course the Post Malone midnight gig. There was the gig itself. Then just afterwards, there was the announcement that there's going to be. Well, they mentioned Katy Perry, but they did also add one more artist, J Balvin, to the list. We don't really know beyond that who else is going to be on there, but we do know. I hope you've got the numbers
Oh, I've
specifically. I think
yeah.
you
So
probably will.
there's going to be 14 songs altogether.
That was it.
Three
Yeah,
of
14.
them, yeah, three of them are original songs by one by Katy Perry, one by J Balvin, and one by an unannounced person. And then the
Okay.
11 are covers that have been reimagined. So the Post Malone song that was released, it was a cover of Hootie and the Blowfish,
Yeah.
with like there was an Ecritique City sample. You pointed out there's like a sort of potion sound and a teleport, or some
Yeah.
of those old sounds. So yeah, there's going to be 10 more covers and 3 original songs that come out as well. It should all be released. I think they said it was autumn, but they're going to be dropping them throughout the year.
Yeah. And I'm happy with that. I've got no real complaints.
Yeah, same.
The only micro complaint I have was that Again, it was my own expectations. I suppose it's my own fault
Mm.
because I was so amped up. I was thinking, oh, cool. I wonder if it's just going to be Post Malone, if there's going to be other people, including Katy Perry. Midnight. Oh, staying up till midnight. It's a concert, 4 songs. Enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Enjoyed it. Wonderful, video to go along with it. But I was left slightly deflated. But again, that was my
No, I know what you
own,
mean.
my
Yeah.
own fault.
I was kind of the same as well because it was this whole concert and it was sort of
Right.
hyped up to be this big event. It was an
Yeah.
amazing 12 or 13 minute like full thing of like Post Malone doing what sounded like a live set. He probably recorded it all in one take of how he would normally do a gig, and then the entire thing is animated and it's him going to all these different parts of the Pokemon world, and there's like a Charizard goes around, there's like a Pikachu that sharks at one point, an awesome spectacle. But it was only 12 to 13 minutes long, and at the end of the video they said the concert's only just begun. I was like, oh great, we're gonna get like an hour and a half gig,
Yeah.
like a proper concert that I used to go to that I miss very, very much. But no, it ended up just announcing that J Balvin was going to be one of the other artists who I didn't know beforehand. You didn't know beforehand, but he is a very, very popular reggaeton musician from Colombia, I think he was from. But he's
I
got
believe it was
billions of views on YouTube. Never heard this guy before, but loads of his videos, basically anything with his name on it, has at least like 1.7 billion views, which is incredible.
all?
So that's
Is that all?
just 1.7 billion. Yeah, not much.
Just kind of
It's no Baby Shark.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree, really, with everything you said. It makes me wonder whether, considering the format that they did it in, if maybe other artists are going to kind of have kind of be dropped in the same way. So I wonder if Katy
Yeah.
Perry's maybe gonna have like 1 or 2 songs or however many, and it just makes me wonder if maybe over the year they're gonna build up one long concert
Oh, that would
with
be
the
cool.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like each artist having like sections of the video themselves.
Yeah.
And I think, mixing different kind of areas / regions with kind of habitats for different Pokemon. Because
Yeah.
obviously, like you said, we saw a few different kind of habitats there. It makes me wonder if maybe they're going to kind of. They're probably not. It's probably me.
Yeah.
But
No, honestly, I feel like they
would be
might
cool.
not do that as well. Why would they just do that for the first artist who's doing a cover when Katy Perry and J Balvin and one other unknown artist are doing original songs for it? Why
Yeah.
would they not give it? They're going to do some sort of treatment for that, which I'm really
Yeah.
interested to how they're going to go about those songs. Like high budget original songs focused on Pokemon.
Yeah, and I'm still very curious as to why. I suppose in a sense it's happened the way it has, because for me, Katy Perry holds just as much sway as Post Malone,
Yeah.
and I was quite surprised that Katy Perry we started the music side of this with Katy Perry,
Yeah.
and a little soundbite from what I assume the soundbite's going to be from her song.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it was announced, of course, that there was going to be this gig with Post Malone, and then obviously it turned out to be just Post Malone. So I'm curious about the order of those events. But
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
I'm
I'm wondering
excited.
who else they're going to get involved in it.
Yeah,
Personally,
yeah,
I'm hoping
definitely.
Carla Rae Jepsen.
Right.
As
yeah.
I would.
I have a very educated guess that Ariana Grande is going to be in there.
No, I feel that as well, because she's got an Eevee tattoo. She did promo stuff for
Yeah.
Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It would make sense for them to get Ariana Grande involved as well.
100%. It would. It would. And I think it kind of.
Hello.
It would kind of.
Oh, sorry, I'm just gonna turn that down. Oh, sorry, Jess, we're just in the middle of doing the podcast still. We're almost finished. We'll be about 10 minutes or so. Sorry, Jess.
Yeah, it would. It would. Lost my train of thought there completely lost my train of thought.
We're about the end anyway. So
We were.
yeah, they're gonna be doing more music. Yeah, they're gonna do more music. It's gonna be great. I wonder if
Yeah.
they're going to do more 90s like 90s covers the same way they did here, just to celebrate because it's 25 years old.
Yeah. This is something I was saying to someone previously. Actually, I believe that the fact that we've had that particular song being chosen,
Yeah.
regardless of who chose it, like Post Malone is a Pokemon fan, and we know
Yeah.
Ariana Grande is a Pokemon fan.
Yeah.
I believe, given the time frame and when that song came out,
Hmm.
I would guess that was a song he probably listened to when he was that age.
Oh, of
And
course, yeah.
logically speaking, I would assume from that maybe that's a song that holds some kind of either sentiment with him or some kind of he's got maybe some connection to that song and
Yeah.
Pokemon. Because I think if you ask anyone who's a fan of Pokemon and music, there's going to be a song or two that they kind of have a connection to between that song and Pokemon in that sense. Whether it's a song you listen to a lot while you were, I don't know, going off on holiday and playing one of the new games when it came out or something. I think everyone has maybe got one or two of those songs. I know
Yeah.
I have. So
Hmm.
who knows?
Yeah. No, no. You saying that makes me think that as well. And I think of like
Mm.
me playing Pokemon Yellow when I'm like 4 or 5 years old, listening to. Oh no, I would have been a little older, like maybe 6 or 7, listening to McFly.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's another one of those artists that they could very easily, like
Oh,
McFly
exactly.
or
Yeah.
Busted,
Absolutely.
they could get them
Busted
involved.
would be amazing. I want that to happen now.
Who knows?
Right. So, last thing, biggest news. 2 new, well, technically 3 new Pokemon games have been announced. So, first of all, Sinnoh remakes confirmed. Sinnoh remakes confirmed. They've actually done remakes of Diamond and Pearl. So this one they're outsourcing to a different company. They're the company that made Pokemon Home. It's let me find the name of them. ILCA. So they're the ones that did Pokemon Home. So they're going to be called Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. Yeah, Shining Pearl. They are very much so. With the previous remakes, they sort of took the older games and put them in the style of the current game. So with Fire Red and Leaf Green, it very much looks the same pixel art style as Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. With Heart Gold and Soul Silver, very much in the style of what Black and White were like at that time. Same with Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, similar to how X and Y.
X and Y.
Yeah, it was X and Y. Yeah.
It was, yeah.
So yeah. With this one though, they're doing very much proper section for section remakes and like sort of it's more like a remaster than anything else because it looks like they're taking the exact same sprites, the exact same areas, and like how it all looks, and like making it more modern.
Yeah, I mean, like when I first saw it, I was a little, I suppose to put it bluntly and just explain my train of thought, I was taken aback at first because of the art style, and I was because like you just said, we are in the habit of being given these remakes, and they have been brought into the current timeline as far as technology and the graphical capabilities of the console and what we're used to seeing in that generation. What they've done with this, though, they have literally, as you said, they've taken the original art style, they've looked at it, they thought, right, we're going to do this, except we're going to get essentially almost kind of treading the line between a remaster and a remake. They've incorporated the old art style, but they've spruced all the graphics up. They've made everything look better. The water looks really good. It looks
the
like
water looks
Sword and Shield
incredible.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's genuinely from what I saw. It looked to be the best looking part of the game graphically. Maybe on future watches, maybe I'll see other stuff and that. But from watching it 2 or 3 times, that's what stood out to me the most graphically.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think I'll probably grow to like it because not that I dislike it per se. I just think that it like I say, it caught me off guard because I think a lot of people expected Sword and Shield.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was leading up to.
But Dominant Pulse.
You think you would have thought it would be in the same style as Sword and Shield,
right?
But instead they go their own thing. I really did not like the characters in the overworld. When you're in a battle, it looks absolutely fine. It looks great. The buildings, the scenery, everything like that, looks fantastic. Looks like a very what's the word? Not shot for shot, but like it looks very much like it's just taken exactly from how it was before, and they've just spruced it up to make it look really nice and modern and like a more something that would be released in 2021. Similar to how the Legend of Zelda game, they took exactly what everything was everywhere, just made it look a lot more modern. The only issue I had was with the character models. Oh, Eddie's left. Oops. Oh, there we go. So the only issue I had was with the character models because they had such big heads. But then it was pointed out that if you look at the character models in Diamond and Pearl, they've also got big heads. Like, that was the style they had. So what this company have done a very faithful, like, taken that and just made it more 3D and more spruced up. Now I've seen that and seeing the characters moving a little bit more, I'm kind of okay with it. Still a little bit off-putting, but I'm just happy to be able to play through a more modern version of Diamond and Pearl. Hopefully they fix the HP issues that Diamond and Pearl had.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very much. We talked about it at the time. Like, I'm very much in the same, like on the same train of thought as you there. I feel exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you said. I mean, I was taken aback by graphically because again, I think the expectations were there, and I would argue somewhat for the people who are kind of looking at it and not kind of complaining about it, because obviously again the internet is a very divisive place and there's a lot of people just kind of throwing their opinions around.
Yeah.
But for the people that are a little taken aback by it graphically, I would lean to their defense a bit by saying, well, look, this is what we've been given historically, and it's not unfair to kind of assume that we would be given the same kind of thing again.
Yeah.
So the expectations were, to be fair, on this occasion, kind of already there based on what's been made previously,
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
based on what we're kind of or just assuming because of random information. There was a basis for this assumption. So yeah, I think I'll grow to like it. I agree with the overworld character sprites. I don't know, there's something a bit strange and off about them.
Yeah, it's kind of uncanny looking at them. Someone
It's
pointed out
weird.
earlier they kind of look like My Sims characters. I feel like there's something out of like Harvest Moon or something. Very weird for given how everything else is stylized, but yeah, it's probably because it's new. It's not what we expected, so of course it's a little jarring, but we'll grow to like them. It's a nice style.
Yeah. I mean, as long as for me personally, as long as the game actually brings, I don't know, what would you say, back or forward, all of the elements that have been kind of added in X and Y, not X and Y, sorry, in Sword and Shield, with regards to quality of life.
Oh,
and
absolutely,
as that's I think the main thing for me. As long as all that stuff is there, present, and working properly as it should, and as long as the HP is not like it was, then it'll be fun.
It'll be good.
So,
Diamond and Pearl, one of my favorite ones. I'm just happy to play through it again. Yeah.
Let's move on to
wait.
You said 3 though. You said 3.
So Diamond, Pearl, this third one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2 technically 3 because you got Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, and something no one would have predicted: Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yeah, but something like a lot of people were, funnily enough, I think, kind of asking for back when Breath of the Wild came out.
This is exactly what everyone, well, myself at least, pictured Pokemon would look like when you're younger and you're like, oh, I wish I could just like explore and see Pokemon and catch them and everything. From the gameplay that we've seen of Pokemon Legends Arceus, this is exactly what I was hoping for. This is my dream Pokemon game. So I'll quickly read. So Cerebi.net are fantastic for covering the game. They worked so much on the announcements, everything coming out, putting as much information in the news. I'm going to read their quick descriptor of what Pokemon Legends Arceus is. The Pokemon presenters revealed a brand new game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. The game is a new style of game by Game Freak set in old-time Sinnoh and will release early 2022. Pokemon Legends Arceus is a new experience for the Pokemon series. Pokemon live freely in the wild. People from the world have settled in Sinnoh. You get given the starter of Rowlet, Cyndaquil, or Oshawott and strive to complete the Pokédex. Battles are seamless, and you can catch Pokemon with Pokeballs. So this keeps a lot of the previous elements and aspects of the game. So catching Pokemon, you can battle them. It's still got turn-based battles. You go to different cities and stuff. But it's set in like very olden time Japan style Sinnoh. So not all of Sinnoh has been explored yet. Certain Pokemon probably won't exist. For example, like Porygon Z won't exist because that's a Pokemon that lived on the internet. It'll be interesting to see. The thing I'm interested in so much of what's going to be in this, but the thing I'm most interested in is the lore of Pokemon, of how Pokemon existed back then and how different that is to. I'm so glad that they're doing Diamond and Pearl so soon. Being able to play Diamond and Pearl, then play this and be like, oh, in Diamond and Pearl there's this area here. This doesn't even exist in, like, back in those days. Or you can see, oh, there's this very densely populated area. This became one of the biggest parts of the city in Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not to sound lazy, but I agree with everything you just said. I'm kidding. Absolutely. I'm not going to leave it there. I'm not going to leave it there. Yeah. So, yeah, you've touched upon almost everything that I would, to be fair. To kind of start from the back and go forward, or back, front and go. Anyway, yeah, the feudal Japan, not necessarily feudal Japan side of things. Thinking of Pokemon Conquest there, but
yeah, it's like feudal inspired from the looks of it. The aesthetic, the paintings, and everything.
Yeah, I mean that was, depending what they want to do with this, they touched upon it, if I remember correctly, ever so slightly in Lucario and the Mystery of Mew, because I believe there were some kind of some scenes which again went back in time, obviously, to show. I can't remember his name.
The main protagonist of the movie guy who's friends with Lucario.
Yeah, his trainer essentially.
Yeah.
From hundreds and hundreds of years ago, or however long ago it was, and that, if I remember correctly, that had Pokeballs of a very similar design.
Yeah, they got like a sort of clip on them
inspired
or
ones.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and I'm very sure that they were similar. So I'm wondering if maybe that they've taken either inspiration from that, maybe they're going to make direct connections.
Yeah.
And of course, don't forget that was the same generation.
Yeah.
So Lucario, Mystery of Mew, that was Diamond and Pearl.
I'm gonna probably rewatch that during the week.
Yeah, I would, and I will as well, because not only is it one of, if not my favorite Pokemon film, it's also very interesting that they've gone to this particular time zone and time frame for Diamond and Pearl, or at least for that generation.
Mm-hmm.
While I think the only film that truly really kind of delves into that a little bit was that film.
Yeah,
from
absolutely,
the Pearl, era of film. So, looking forward to that. So for me personally.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say we haven't got that much time left.
No,
because we're going to be doing quizzes. We're already 22 minutes over time. So what I'm going to quickly say, we could talk about this for so long. I think we need to do a special episode in 2 weeks' time, so we've got some time to look over it, and we just give our thoughts, what our hopes for it are, what our expectations are. We could do similar to how we did mid-February, sort of recapping of everything that happened so far and what we're hoping for the 20th anniversary. I think we should do the same for these future games.
Yeah, because I mean, you're right. We could talk far too long about these. To be fair, we could literally have an hour just to go over our hopes, expectations, and all that. Yeah,
absolutely. So we're gonna wrap things up really quickly now, just because we gotta go. But so we're gonna be doing a quiz on our Discord if anyone's watching right now. If you want to pop in there. As well as that, so next week we're going to be doing our first Pokemon movie podcast, where we're all watching the first Pokemon movie and we're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb, say what we enjoyed about it, is it still rewatchable, because some of these are, some of them we're not going to enjoy as much, and then we're also going to rank how we feel about each of these Pokemon movies. So we got a list of the BPA's favorite Pokemon movies from favorites to least favorite. But yeah, it's gonna be good. If you join us on Facebook, I'll put the links in the description of this video. If you subscribe to us as well, if you want to see more stuff that we're doing. If you look at the Facebook group as well, we're very active in there. People posting stuff every day just to sort of get more involved. Especially with this event we've done this weekend. We want to get more activity going and more things. So any raids that we're going to be doing, we're going to do some Pikachu raids later as well. But yeah, we're going to be more active in there. If you want to join in, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, thanks for watching up until then. And we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
All right, cheers. Bye.